Welcome back, everybody. We want to talk about the PC Club, and to do that, we welcome Gary Russell, as always, from the PC Club. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be here. How are you?
I'm well. So tell us a little bit, for people who aren't familiar, I always like to start off that way. What's the PC Club all about? You guys cover a lot. It's not just PCs. You also do Macs.
That's actually, the Mac is part of the Mac Club. But the three primary things we do are the Learning Center, where we teach a lot of classes. And then right next door is the workshop or the lab, where you can come in and use the resources and get some help. And then third is the tax program that is in full swing right now.
I was going to say, that's probably gearing up, right?
Yes, it is.
Getting closer to that kind of stuff there going on, sir. So you guys do a lot of stuff. The AI classes are a big thing now too, right?
They are, yeah. And we've got a couple started already, and I think it's going to expand from there. We got a great instructor who will teach you about ChatGPT, but also about generative AI in general. Both of his classes were completely filled, and he does those every couple of months.
Are people using, their seniors using it the same way a lot of people do, just kind of ask questions and general information? And are they also teaching folks, hey, this is how you can actually take advantage of AI and what it can really, how you can really serve you besides acting like a 411 call?
Yeah, exactly, right. So part of it is just plain research, and it's great at that. But the real advantages is the conversational tone and the ability to go deeper on any one subject. So one of the things we teach is it's as good as the prompts. If you give it good prompts and you give it detailed and constraints, you're going to get some really solid answers back. And the number of uses is almost just too much. It's incredible, all the things it can do, from basic research to helping you write a book to a blog post to a presentation to music, all of it.
Now, you've been following closely along with what's going on in the community with Ting and the installation and all those kinds of things. What's the latest going on there? What have you seen as some of the? Have you had an opportunity to use it? Is it in your community yet?
Well, I've been testing a little bit, but I wear my ambassador shirt today. Yeah, the installations are going well. They're on schedule. They're got my installation map here. They're done gate 1, now in 2, 3, 4, moving into 5, and they'll just move on through the community until we're done. Things are going better, things are going well, and we're getting questions, but it's starting to tamp down a little bit. I think the classes are helping, the ambassadors are helping, and Ting's own resources are helping folks get acclimated.
And with Ting comes the new kind of way to watch television, and that includes having a smart TV.
That's right.
And that can be a challenge for some folks who kind of, hey, I was raised on the antenna. I had to get up and change my own channel.
Yeah.
And so we've had this evolution of learning in terms of figuring out smart TVs. You have classes for that as well?
Yeah, we do. We have a basic home networking and streaming class where I get into the Ting aspects. And then I'm adding an advanced networks class to teach about like mesh extenders. Not everybody needs one, but some do. So we'll go through that. We'll go through how to use the Eero app a little bit. And then starting in March, we're going to tack on a third class on DirecTV. And we didn't want to do the DirecTV part too soon because it's not coming till August.
Right.
But so we want it to be fresh in people's minds, but we'll be adding that, and then we're just going to cycle through those classes almost every month.
Now, as Ting comes into more and more homes, and people are starting to have to figure it out and kind of do the transition, are you guys getting more volume in terms of questions, or people wanting to come to classes and seminars?
Oh yeah, the classes have gone from there were 6 people in to there's close to 30 now. And I think that's just a reflection of where we are in the village now with it coming online. And so we're seeing some of the same questions. We try to get out in front of it as well and answer those, in line with the classes as we go.
Now, for folks who just avoided technology, and that some people just I wish I had a rotary phone still, kind of thing. Are there basic computer classes you guys also offer in terms of just it's hard to understand just what this is all about, the platforms, how files work, how to do whatever?
Yeah, exactly, and that's one of the challenges, but also the opportunity. Shown in the back there are some of the classes that we do, and it ranges from the basics. And there aren't many, but some folks are still wanting to know, how do I use a computer? How do I use a mouse? The basic stuff like that. The Mac Club does the same thing with the Mac products. To just cloud management, file, passwords, how to set up Gmail, things like that. And then on the sort of front end of the wave of AI. So we try to cover the gamut. We're always soliciting our members and our residents for what it is that they'd like to learn that perhaps we're not doing yet. But we try to keep a good balance.
And you guys have a little schedule for January. Some of these dates have already happened, but you got on the 23rd, you have Excel functions if people want to use Excel files. So just put some basic stuff down, do some basic budgeting or some taxes, and as those are coming up. And so lots of great stuff coming up. How to manage the website and look through there. And so a lot of things are just kind of the basics on people who may not feel comfortable exploring or feel comfortable reaching out. You guys can walk them through it, right?
Yeah, we do. And all of our instructors are great, and they know how to keep things simple for most all the residents. You have a spectrum of folks that are in there, some real basic, some will surprise you with a real advanced question, and we usually are able to cover it. But we do know how to, I think, address this community.
And you guys have a lot of members in your club and you can tell that from just the names on the instructor. It's a different name for every class, right? So you guys have a lot of people who are kind of step up and really want to help others here in the community.
Yeah, our instructors are fantastic. They're the engine of our club, and sometimes they'll just come up with ideas on their own, and we'll let them go, see how it resonates with people, see what the attendance is. And other times they're more responsive to a request that we've gotten. Hey, could you guys do a class on this? And we'll do that. So it goes both ways.
The other big thing, you're gearing up later this month, you can start filing your taxes, and you guys do that service for folks here in the community every year. How is that? You need more volunteers? Is it going to be anywhere different this year? Usually it's in this building, right?
It is in this building. We now have the old gym that we'll use for sort of staging things. You make an appointment, come in, do an intake, and your taxes are prepared. Usual thing of if there's any questions. We have close to 60 volunteers who are being trained on the latest IRS tax code. And so...
And there were big changes to the code from last year to this year.
There sure are. We just had a general meeting where Barbara Harris, who's the village coordinator for all this, went through the latest big changes, and there are some. And so it's a great program. It's free to everyone. And we did over 1,500 last year, and probably will again.
Okay, great. And people can just go online on the PC Club and register for that?
Right. There's a new button on the top of the homepage that says make a tax appointment. Okay. Or you can come to the 3rd floor of the community center here and go talk to the greeter and make an appointment that way.
Now, the folks who are doing the tax preparation, are they a lot of them former accountants or current accountants and those kinds of things, or are they just kind
not
of
all? They get trained, right?
Yeah.
If you have a desire, we'll get you trained,
right,
and then you can participate.
How complicated can my taxes be if I want to come in there? You guys can do the basics, but if there's a certain level, you might say, hey, this isn't for us.
There are certain rules and constraints, and when you check in, we'll tell you that.
Okay.
And otherwise, you'd be surprised just how wide the dynamics are of what you're able to get done.
Now, as you look back at Ting, and I know you're the ambassador, what are some of the things that you think are the biggest changes as Ting kind of starts to come online for people to adjust to and understand, hey, you're going to, instead of doing this the old way, you're going to have to do this the new way?
Right. Well, I always like to start with what's the same. So basically, it's just a fatter pipe, an internet coming in with fiber all the way in. And so a lot of what you used to do, you're just still going to do the same way, right? You will have to connect through Wi-Fi, and we'll show you how to do that. And then what's really going to be different is the way you watch TV, right? If you're used to Channel 4 being NBC, that's going to be a change for you. But most people are already streaming TV with, Hulu or YouTube TV, and so that's going to be somewhat familiar. But it is going to be a little change for some folks, and that's what we're going to help them get through. And
so you have a number of classes lined up. Kind of walk me through some of the classes you guys are going to do. You have a January one, you have a February, you have a March. We do. Every month we're going to be doing between 2 and 3 classes. So we're sort of picking up the pace because it's hot and heavy. You just had one on home networks, and now on February 6th, you're going to have home networks and streaming with Ting, so that's a kind of a repeat. I'm repeating that one, and then going into the advanced, which will get into mesh networks and how to navigate around the Eero app if you ever need to. That's where you lost me. All right. Gary Russell from the PC Club, thank you always for coming in. We appreciate all the information and all the work you guys do here in the community. Good to be here. Thank you. Thank you. You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.